What the fox is up, all you Fox fans? I am the Fax Fox, and today, are you ready to contact spirits from another dimension known as the Shadowside? We're gonna learn how to play the game Three Kings on today's Fax Fox Frightener What the Fox episode. Let's jump down the rabbit hole. Okay, Fox fans, here we are, back for another Fax Fox Frightener episode. I know we skipped the last one. This one is gonna be really good. We are gonna learn how to play the game Three Kings. The first time I personally heard about the Three Kings was years ago in college, and it terrified me back then, the thought of even playing this game. It involves mirrors and contacting supposedly another dimension, and I saw the movie Mirrors, and I'll leave all that demon hunting to Kiefer, so I'm never gonna play this game, which is why it's this Friday's episode and not Monday's episode. Because remember, on Monday, the game I'll be talking about is one that I am willing to play, and that I will play if you guys can rise to the challenge. But for now, let's move on to what you'll need to play Three Kings. Before we get started, again, I need to put out the warning. Do not try this game at home. You are playing with supernatural powers that you have no clue how to control, and it is very dangerous if you get these steps wrong or do something wrong during the process of this ritual. You could be haunted by a demon for the rest of your life, which would be a short period of time based on the comments I've read on this game. And I've read a lot of them. So remember, don't try this at home unless you really, really want to, and then report back to me and let me know how it went, because I want to hear an actual recollection from somebody who is a Fox fan. So let me know, if you are willing to play this game, how it went for you. Or if you're not willing to play this game, let me know how scared you are, just like I am scared to play this game. If you make a mistake, you could end up trapped inside a mirror. Again, let's leave that to Kiefer. Now we're ready to get into what you need for Three Kings. The most important thing, and it seems to be with all these games, is that you need an empty, quiet space, a dark room, preferably without windows. If you have the windows, cardboard and duct tape. No light. You want as little light as possible to get into this room. And it needs to be fairly big for this room, because you need to have room for 3 chairs, 2 large mirrors, enough room for a fan to be behind you at about back level, and you also need to have enough room in front of you to rest a candle. So you do need a fair amount of space. This room is called the dark room. What else would it be called? It's the dark room. So as I mentioned when I was talking about the space you need in the room, what you also need is 3 chairs, the 2 large mirrors, you need a candle, you need something to light that candle with, a lighter or matches. I prefer lighters. They light a lot faster than matches, so when they're allowed, always go lighter. On top of that, you're gonna need an electric fan and an alarm clock. I highly recommend an alarm clock that has settings for 2 alarms, because you're gonna wanna set it for 2 separate times. One to let you know when to start the game, and one to let you know when it's safe to finish the game. Alright, Fox fans, we've gone over what you're gonna need to play Three Kings. Now it's time for the instructions. Step 1. Okay, you're gonna place one of those chairs in the center of the room facing north. It's very important that the chair faces north. So maybe, if you don't know your directions very well, you might want to grab a compass as well. This chair is going to be known as your throne. Step 2. Take the other 2 chairs and place those directly to the left and right of your throne. They need to be facing each other. These chairs are known as the Queen and the Fool. Step 3. Okay, so you're gonna take those 2 large mirrors and you're gonna put one in the Queen's chair and one in the Fool's chair. Now, it's important that when you place these mirrors, you should be able to see your own reflection sitting in your chair just out of the corner of your eyes. So just in your peripherals, you're gonna wanna be able to see each mirror and yourself sitting in the chair in each mirror. If you can just barely see it, you're doing it correctly. It's very important that you set the mirrors up precisely like that. Step 4. You're gonna take that electric fan, you're gonna plug it in, and you're gonna place it directly behind you so that it is facing your back. Then you're gonna turn that fan on. Whatever setting, it should still feel a draft coming across from behind you. This is important. That fan must be on. Step 5. Okay, at this point, you're gonna turn off the lights to the room. You're gonna leave the room, you're gonna leave the door wide open and go to your bedroom and start getting ready for bed. So just like the other games, you're gonna wanna make sure that all the other lights in your house are turned off. Just make sure it's completely dark. This time you don't have to turn off the computers or the TVs or the clocks or anything like that, but you definitely wanna make sure you turn off all the lights in the house. Step 6. Now that you're ready for bed, you're gonna wanna grab your candle, your lighter, whatever you're using for an alarm clock, more than likely a cell phone, and you're gonna wanna turn off your lights and go to bed. Before you do, set your alarm. You're gonna wanna set one alarm for 3:30 a.m. You're gonna wanna set a second alarm for 4:45 a.m. I'll tell you why you want that second alarm later on. Now you simply just need to go to sleep. You should bring with you something that has great sentimental value to you, an object. This you're gonna wanna go to sleep with. Step 7. It's game time. 3:30 a.m. Your alarm clock is going off. You need to get up, grab your candle and your lighter, and if you're using your cell phone as your alarm clock, grab that too. You're gonna make your way to the dark room. It's important that you don't turn on any lights while you do so. You have exactly 3 minutes to get to the dark room and be seated in your throne with the candle lit. You need to be seated by 3:33 a.m. It is very important. Okay, Fox fans, at this point, if everything's gone to plan, you should be sitting in your throne at 3:33 a.m. Now, I've talked about 3:33 a.m. before. If you remember, it was in a previous episode, and it does hold some significance to these kind of rituals where you're contacting another dimension, or the other side, or hell itself. Now, I just want to go over a few things. There are signs that you should look for that tell you to stop playing the game. These are signs that will let you know to abort mission. Do not proceed, do not play the game if you notice any of these signs. Number 1, your alarm didn't go off at 3:30. Abort mission. It's over, try again another night. If the door to the dark room is closed, remember, you left it wide open as per the directions. It is time to abort mission. Do not play the game. Something has gone wrong. If the electric fan that you left on is turned off, abort mission. Game over. Do not play. If you have to abort the mission because of any of those signs, it is important that you leave the house immediately. Something is not right. You need to get out of there and be gone until 4:45 a.m. That's when it's safe to return. In some cases, I've read stories where people say don't come back until 6 a.m. Just get out of there. It's important that you do. Don't just go back to sleep. Get out of the house. Okay, Fox fan, if you're playing this game and you've gotten to this point and none of the signs have gone off, you're sitting in your throne, the door's closed, it's 3:33 a.m. Now, the game truly begins. You should be looking straight forward into the darkness. Do not look at the candle. Do not look at the other 2 mirrors. You will see in the corner of your eyes the Queen and the Fool sit down in their thrones respectively. So now, you are sitting there with the Queen and the Fool. You don't know which one is which though. The key is, keep looking forward. You can ask questions, and they will more than likely answer with other questions, or give you direct answers to try and figure out who is the Fool and who is the Queen. Oh, spine chill with this one. Don't look in the mirrors. All the threads that I've read specifically say, don't look in the mirrors. I've even seen some posters accuse the people sharing these rules of being demons themselves, trying to take people's souls with this game. You could get dragged into the mirror dimension, the Shadowside, and only Kiefer Sutherland is ready for that. Now, you're probably wondering what's with the fan behind me. That is so if you do get pulled or moved from that chair in any way, the fan will blow out the candle. When the candle's blown out, it ends the ritual prematurely. Now, there's still horrible things that can come from that, but it's better than being dragged into the Shadowland by some mysterious demon. Just saying. That kind of emergency measure could save your life if you're playing this game. Now, the game ends at 4 4:45 a.m. when your alarm clock goes off. You will hear it, and at that time, you blow out the candle. The ritual is over, and hopefully you have completed it safely and had a little fun talking with Shadowsiders. Whew, that's scary. To be completely safe, it's better that you just don't play this game. Hashtag do it, don't do it. And that is Three Kings. Those are all the rules and directions you're gonna need, Fox fans, to play this terrifying game. If I actually saw other figures sit down in those mirrors, I'd want to be out of there right then and there. And the temptation to look at the mirrors would be killing me. I'd want to look directly at the mirrors right away. I wouldn't play this game. I just wouldn't do it. I'm not going to do it. But I think you should, and you should definitely let me know how it went. Three Kings out of the way, and we'll have another Facts Fox Frightener on Monday, the final one, and the one that you'll be able to get me to play if you can rise to the challenge I give you. So Fox fans, I hope you enjoyed this game and this episode of What the Fox. Remember, leave a comment below to let me know what you thought about the show or give me suggestions for future episodes. I want to cover what you guys want to see. And make sure you put your paws on that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel so you know when I release future episodes. Until next time, I'm the Facts Fox saying, Fox off.